Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome. Hope we're all doing well on this Friday. Welcome to another stream, another London session. As always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Hope you're all doing well, my friends. Sorry, got issues with the camera. So what's likely to be the last stream for about possibly about 10 days roughly. So obviously I will be away next week, so I'll see. I might stream Monday, but otherwise I won't be streaming for the rest of the week. But nonetheless, I hope you've all had a good week. Charts have been not too bad this week. Been a lot of volume. It's been a much better week this week personally. Obviously GJ's made a big move. It's respecting a level which I'd marked in and sent in to the members today, and it looks like it could be about to make a move that I had analyzed pre-Asian session, believe it or not. So anyway, guys, without further ado, what we will be doing is, well, you guys will be smashing that like button. The guys on the TikTok will be smashing that screen for me. And without further ado, what I'm going to do is do some analysis, guys. So feel free to ask questions, send in charts. You guys know the drill. I'll get to you guys shortly, but in the meantime, let's have a look quickly. Is gold do anything? Not really at the moment. So let's start with GJ. Actually, let's have a look at the news. There was a bit of news just released not long ago on the pound in with the retail sales. Figures came out slightly less than the forecast. Don't think it seems to have had much of an effect on the pound by the looks of it. Probably exhausted after the big week it's had with all the news about. So let's begin, guys, and let's start with GJ. And obviously off the back of the strength of the current weekly candle, once again I'll mention it because I called it on the weekend. I said I would not be surprised if this candle just pops straight up, no lower wick, and doesn't necessarily need to pull back and create one, and it has done that. So what I'm looking for within the current weekly candle is where we potentially could pull back to in a minor time frame, form of support, or we head back up in line and to potentially retest and create a higher high, and that's the point where I'd be looking for the buys. Normally I'd be looking for those levels for potential entries to sell it below as well if price did reject. However, today, as per my rules on a Friday, I will be trading in line with the strength of the weekly candle, so that is to the upside if I am to take a trade. Looking at the daily, so we've created significant low wick. We're approaching the high of that previous daily candle, yet to break it. Current probabilities to the upside. We are at a level of support into the left, but we did wipe through it on the way down. So if we do begin to break above that previous daily candle's high, in my opinion, there is a high probability we will continue once again to the upside. Structure wise, we do remain bearish though. Onto the 4 hour, that also still remains bearish in structure, but once again trading, we continue to, if I was drawing the trend line, pretty much continue to respect the trend line. So we're creating higher lows and we've finally broken out to create another higher high. Just going to mark in the resistance at the current daily candle's high. As far as support, we'll mark something in on the M30, and we've got plenty of clean trap to the left by the looks of it. Once we begin to pop above that, well, that previous daily candle's high, also obviously a current daily candle's high. Onto the 30-minute, and that is bullish. So the bias is technically neutral, but with daily candle probabilities and the weekly candle probabilities to the upside, at this rate, what I prefer to be looking for is my buy options on GJ. So options for me would be either upon a closure above the resistance. So this rate, I like to see a strong closure above it, and then likely going to be looking for options above that previous daily candles high. Let's just look at the 15 minutes. So I'm just going to adjust this zone to that point there. And what I'm going to say is a closure above it. So a closure above 191.992. So really above 192 flat is where I'm going to really be interested in looking for buy options. So closure above the M30, then want to see price pull back to retest that zone. As it begins to pull away, that is where I'll be looking for my option to take a buy. We've got some clean traffic to the left hand side of that, so it would make perfect sense to look for the continuation buy once we do have the higher time frame candle probabilities, that being the daily, frame that high low high high scenario. So as far as potential levels we could pull back to yet again form a support, head back up. Obviously we've got support around the current daily candles low. If price did pull back to grab a little bit more liquidity from around that 191.50 level, I'd be looking for my catalyst once again with price action and look for a buy to take it back up. So very simple analysis on GJ today. It's one of two options moving forward into London Open. Either buys upon the pullback or buys above the resistance, and that is what I'll be looking for. Hopefully that makes sense. Please smash that like button. Let me know you liked it. If you didn't, if shit, smash the like button either way. And on to gold, guys. On to the gold. So chart I marked up earlier, I'll just remove that. Not much has happened since. Asian session, I was only interested in looking for buys, but I wasn't on the charts either way. All right, on to the weekly. So off the back of the weekly candle, once again, not quite engulfing at the moment, pulled back a bit, rejecting that all-time high territory. So it's a stubborn level of resistance around at 24.80. Technically, though, we are, I'd call it strong bullish. So likely, but we'll see what other confirmations or catalysts or indications, sorry, is the word I'm probably looking for, that we might have to look for the potential sell against the current weekly candle. So maybe a little bit more open to the sell on gold. However, looking at the daily, structure is bullish. Previous daily, indecision candle, or weak bullish candle, but close of a wick of pretty much equal length to the upside and downside. Very little volume within the current daily candle. It's just marking the high of the current daily candle. It's also marking a low of it. Obviously form support at that level, form resistance at that level. Let's see what we've got once again. I'm more so to the M30, but on the 4 hour, you can see just consolidating, same as yesterday when we're consolidating up near the high. We're consolidating right in the middle of this 4 hour range just now. Was the drawing the support. Gonna adjust it, so don't stress it, but I'm just gonna draw that in. I have to include this wick, so once again, the big zone, I will be adjusting it though once we go down to the 30-minute. Structure wise, we still remain bearish. We rejected a last significant lower high at the all-time, just below the all-time high, sorry, by not closing above it. So therefore we remain bearish in structure. Just heavy consolidation on the 4 hour. Onto the M30 now, and yeah, I'm just gonna do that so much I don't have a zone to the upside otherwise. So I'm gonna mark in a zone just here on the 30-minute time frame around that 24.60 level, and as far as support around the current daily candles low. So that's the current range we're trading within, between 24.50 24.60. So bias is, so the 30-minute structure is still bullish as well. Technically we are bullish in structure, therefore what I prefer to do on a Friday be looking for the buys. However, seeing we're just range bound and seeing the current daily candle is basically a doji with no real volume, I think it's a matter of what side it breaks to. If it starts to pop above the resistance around the current daily candles high, then obviously I'll be looking for the buy options. We've got relatively clean traffic to the left above 24.60.5, so I'll be looking for the buys above that level there. Now if price do start to pop below the support here, 24.51, then we've got some clean traffic to the left also down towards that 24.44 low of the 4 hour support. So I would consider the sells in this case because it's not as convincing to the upside as JJ is, plus we're at a high time frame resistance, hence the reason for so far the rejection on gold. So otherwise the range is probably definitely another option to trade. So if price does pop back up to 24.58, 59 at sell level only to reject. Potentially I would consider a sell, would prefer to buy it, so therefore if it does pop back down to 24.51, reject, pop above it, I'll be waiting for my catalyst to look for a buy option. So that is the gold. So gold's a little bit more, in my opinion, subjective as to what direction to trade in just now, whereas GJ, I'd rather just look for the buy options moving forward. And that is it, guys. Once again, smash the like button, let me know what you think of the analysis. If you have anything, a different opinion, let me know. Everyone has their own mind, everyone can decide for themselves. So in the meantime, guys, let me say g'day. Who have we got here today? First of all, you start with TikTok today. Lego, g'day to you. 1234. G'day to you. Nell, Froggy, Moha, Pager, Rupra, Anas, Prince, George, Zeshan, up. Good to see you guys. Greg, JJ, Zeus, some familiar names from the past few days. Good to have you all here. Solomon, Ben KC8, welcome. Nish and Peter, Solomon, Lucas, good to see you again. Yes, welcome guys. Hope you're all doing well. And on the YouTube, Franco, good morning brother. Brad, good afternoon to you. Ben C, good to see you once again, my friend. Mr. Steve Dean, as always, appreciate you. Saxy, great to have you. Carl F, thank you for the constant support. Uma, Tommy, Dot, good to you. Trust all as well. Yeah, pretty good, my friend. Just very busy getting things ready for a big week next week. Mohammed, 16th of August. Have I got the date wrong, have I? It says 16th. Oh, actually, hold on. No, it says 15th. You're correct. Appreciate it. Thank you for the heads up. Zaid, afternoon to you. Dreamy Day Studio, hello to you.
Okay, behind down under.
Well, we are a bit behind down under. Actually, no, we're ahead, sorry. I would argue we're more behind, to be honest. So, because we're just puppets to the bigger boys down here in Oz. That's what we are. We're dangling on that string.
We are the puppet masters.
So, yeah?
We are the puppet masters.
We are.
Yeah.
We just dangle from that string. Don't have a choice here. If the politicians haven't got your butter knackers, well, the US do. Put it this way, the US and Great Britain do here in Oz. So we just follow what you guys do. Thanks. Good morning to you, brother. Dreamy Day Studio. Charts are a bit slow by the looks of it. Been a heap of news about this week, so maybe it's just a bit of a cooling off period leading into the weekend. So I'm not sure what to expect of today, but we'll just keep doing the same thing as always. We'll analyze, wait till we can confirm, and then we trade. That's simply as it states, that's what it stands for. Analyze, confirm, trade. Ishav was waiting for your live, mate. Nice one. Thank you for your support. Robbie, thank you for the follow, and Jess as well. Appreciate it. How's it going, mate? You are looking at anything in particular at the moment? Are you or?
No, just marking up gold myself.
Yeah.
I really contemplated some EU buys yesterday and gold buys around the news, but on that candle.
On this one?
Yeah, in that candle.
Okay.
At New York Open.
Oh wow.
Sorry, New York Stock Exchange Open. Yeah, it was the long wick to the upside, and by the time it sort of pushed up,
yeah,
it was. Is it gonna, because it's the bank holiday as well? didn't really trust it. I really wanted that upper wick to be a bit lower.
Yeah, I get ya.
So I was contemplating it there, and I was contemplating gold yesterday on the 2 o'clock candle from the 30-minute. Went down, tapped into
Around here?
yeah, on that the one with the long take that on the flip. Yeah, I was really tempted with that, but again, against that, the big candle to the bearish candle to the left,
Yeah, it's
really
hard
sort of
to-
put me off.
That
It
was,
was, how do you trust it?
yeah, I know. what you mean.
Although you know, the rejection was, it made sense, but I didn't take it. So nothing for me.
Yeah, that's obviously off the back news, but again, how do you know it's not going to be a sustained move? Pulled up
Exactly.
around
Coming
liquidity
up to exactly.
So the only thing,
So yeah, so no.
yeah, I was just going to say the only thing you got is, I mean, that support. That's the only thing.
And that lower,
you know,
the lower wick had also tapped into like another, I think, to rejected another zone.
Yeah.
Below.
Oh, around here.
So around here, yeah. So literally, sort of, I had a horizontal marked in around that level.
Yeah.
So literally, I mean, I think it pushed past that by about 2 or 3 pips.
Yeah.
4
And then
pips.
bounced.
And bounced, but yeah, didn't take it. I think if it had been a bit later in the day, game on. But at that point, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's still got one of the, you know, the volatility, the liquidity still there for the news as well.
87 pip stop loss. It's
yeah,
difficult.
hard to swallow. Can't be screwing at 10 pips.
Not made of money.
No, unlike you know, some other streamers, I can't be securing at 10 pips with a 90 pip stop loss. It's not.
Yeah, it's not on.
It just does not ride well with me.
So yeah, so I just turned off and carried on with my day.
Yep, fair enough. I've done likewise. I don't know if I should read that out the name. That's a cracky name though on TikTok. Any holes A, you guys figure out the rest of it, and then it's got 69 at the end of the name. God, mate, where do you guys come up with these names? All you gotta do is laugh, honestly. If you can't, you know, have a bit of fun, take the piss, then I don't know if it's the stream for you guys, but it's we might as well have a bit of laugh. Well, got 1k to start training. How would making money from that? To be honest, mate, I would try to, no, I wouldn't focus on the cash. I'd be focused about doing things properly, because what that will prove to yourself, if you can do it and you're successful and you're seeing some consistent results, so you know, some steady results in as far as you're winning more than you're losing, your trade management is, you know, sufficient to a point where your wins are bigger than your losses as well, and then you're going to trust yourself, and then you're going to start to add some capital to your account. So that's what I'd focus on. I wouldn't focus about, you know, flipping the account from 1k to 2k in like a week, which a lot of people do, because to be honest, it's unrealistic. Yes, it can be done, but more often than not, you're going to blow it. So that's what I focus on doing, just doing things correctly, trusting yourself, and then in time you're going to add more cash to your capital, to your account, and then you're going to start to see some better results financially. Gets everyone? I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. I had to look a few times to be sure I was reading the right thing. Lucas, what would be the potential setup on GJ? So buys above at this rate, but it needs to close above. It's just consolidating. So whilst it's not trending, impulse entries aren't really an option, nor is it coming from deep up near the high. So it's still below resistance. So I'd just be at the moment waiting for a closure above, to be honest, on GJ. Jav, can you have a look at UJ? I most definitely can. Very similar to GJ, very similar. So quickly look at the weekly, and it is forming a strong bullish candle, and that is as big as a reversal signal as you ever see based on that previous weekly candle. So forming a morning star pattern at support and looking good for a continuation to the upside. Daily, Structurally, it is also bearish, but same as GJ. Cannon probability is the upside. If it breaks the previous daily candle's high, clean traffic to the left is likely to continue to the upside. 4 hour, same as GJ, bearish. It is identical to GJ. If it breaks the previous daily candle's high to resistance, then in my opinion, it's high probability it's going to continue to the upside. But seeing once again, it's well below the resistance at the moment. Or I prefer to see is the closure above, or if I was just gonna say, hopefully it's not London Open yet, I've missed it. Or, you know, something moving forward, if you have a candle closing like so, well within that grey zone, wait for it to form a lower wick in the following candle, then the impulse entry would be valid. Otherwise, look for price to form support. Again, if it pops back down, let me see if there's any other potential entry in between. Because it is about to break above a resistance. I just don't feel like you got the margin by the looks of it. No, you don't. Yeah, so that's what I'd be looking at on UJPY. I mean, you could take an early buy potentially on the closure of this candle, but otherwise buys above the highs would be the best bet at this stage. It's from Kevin Donkey Age, old YouTube. Oh really? I have to check it out. I want to get into it, but I don't have the brain for it. It's too confusing. Don't have mobile, no PC. How would I start? Oh, okay. So it's tough. It's very tough because you need to do the analysis properly beforehand. And then if you don't have any other option but to execute your phone, well, I understand, but I still would not recommend it. It's not easy, my friend. You really need, in my opinion, a laptop or a PC, or at least another device where you can actually watch the charts, like TradingView, for instance. I mean, you could do it on your MetaTrader, purely off that, but MetaTrader, it's very hard, especially on the phone. I don't even know if you can mark zones and all that. You probably can. I've never tried it on MetaTrader, but I feel it's going to be really difficult. And then if you to manage it on your phone as well, by the time if you want to secure partials, it gets break even. I mean, MetaTrader 5 is better now because of the update. You can drag horizontals. But yeah, I feel like you need at least a laptop or something just so you can do your analysis on. All right, so we're coming to London Open, guys. GJ, really want to see a closure above. So far it's rejecting that resistance, so we're just gonna have to wait. Let's buy a PC. Even just a cheap laptop, man, I would recommend. Don't need anything special, just anything you run the charts off, run the internet on. Maybe even a tablet would suffice.
You can potentially sells.
Do you sells?
Potential.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna put my.
Yep. Liquidity engulfing candle at resistance. Not a bad level for it to happen.
This might push a little bit too much though. 4 hours. Breaking its own low again.
Yeah. Yeah, you doesn't look bad. Pretty strong catalyst. Has 15. Not bad if it closes weak bullish as well. Yeah, he doesn't look bad. GJ has to close right up if there's any impulse entries at the open. Cannot reject, cannot close below his gray zone. Has to close within it. It has to close right up towards the high of it. Where it's rejecting just now, we're below the resistance, so that means no valid entry, in my opinion, on the impulse anyway. So let's see, 30 seconds, anything could happen. Thank you for the follow, by the way. to be honest, this is something you're gonna have to, you know, take time with it. It's not, I mean, you just quickly, you know, get rich quick on, which a lot of people think it is. All right, GJ's closed below, so no entry. It's open with a little gap to the downside as well. Gold is, I mean, that's not bad colors for a sell. Very similar to EU, to be honest. It's not quite tapped into a level I wanted to tap into. But what you've got is pretty much the engulfing candle. So if anyone's interested in a small sell, this is what you'd be looking at. I'd prefer for the new alley to create more of an upper wick, but it doesn't necessarily need one in a way that previous candle closed with long wick projection from the upside. So what you could look at on gold is potentially that. So it just depends on your broker, but you'd be looking at an entry a couple pips below low of that bearish candle. I don't know about you guys. On my broker, what is that? I can pull it up. I mean, this is my broker anyway, so it should be the same. 2457.85. So you'd be looking around 6.5. Yeah, you'd be looking around 6.5. A loss above the previous M30. Now, if anyone is taking it, I would suggest, it's being a Friday, go lower risk. I would go like half a normal risk. But that makes sense. Makes sense. You got the engulfing candle. I like the fact the alley closed that long wick to the upside near its low. So that is a potential entry on gold. GJ, still nothing on GJ personally. Can you check AU? The guy for Batman Hood. AU, what's that resistance? Is that a very strong level of resistance as well? So been quite bullish throughout the week, which is a good thing. Me. The 4-hour structure is bullish. Let's quickly look at daily counter probabilities to the upside, but it's at the resistance. 30-minute appears to be bullish, nearing the resistance. I think if you're not already in buys, it's a little bit late. What I'd be looking for is price to pull back down towards 66.20. Look for support form at that level, and then look for a potential buy option from that point. Otherwise, see how price reacts to resistance for rejection to sell it. But seeing the current weeklies forming a really strong counter, rather look for the buys and then potential buys above the high upon continuation. That's what I've been looking at on AU. Gold could be in a gold trade just now. So yeah, so we'll see. I don't trade AU because I don't want it to go down. So if you've got an emotional attachment to it, don't trade that particular pair. For me, I don't want to go down because I send Aussie dollars overseas regularly. So yeah, it's just a personal thing. All right, so if you're in a gold trade, you want to be really strict with management. If it breaks its own high, you could cut at least half. Seeing as a lower high, lower low. A previous hourly is also a liquidity candle. Current candle doesn't need much of a low upper wick, to be honest, if it was to continue bearish. So if it broke its own high again, not a bad way to start managing it. Raha, thank you for the follow. Welcome guys, welcome. DJ up to, looks like it's trying to break. yeah, still for me, it's not a valid entry. Doesn't mean it's not, you know, for you guys a valid entry, but just in accordance to my rules and that, it's not a valid entry at the moment. Is wrong with this camera? Why does it keep dropping? Very little volume at the Open of London. Deli, Chess and Rex. These names. Welcome to you. It's very hard for me to gotta read them really slowly. It's more so TikTok. YouTube's just, the names are a lot easier for me to read. They're not as crazy as well. Welcome though. Nonetheless, appreciate you for joining. All right, gold moving a bit. All right, I'm going to get to break even. Had about 7 pips on the table. All right. Let's see, a little bit more of a drop and I'm going to start securing. There we go. There's your 10. EP1. And there you go, guys. Nice quick one on gold.
Nicely done, Justin.
Thank you, mate. Not a bad way to end up another successful week. Much better week this week. So that's it. Well done. There's W for you guys on a Friday. So let me know, did you take the trade? If you did, drop a W in the chat, that'd be nice. What leverage are you using? 1 to 30, mate. That's as per the regulations here in Oz, as ASIC regulations. Unless you're a wholesale trader, which is what I'm definitely not, then you're stuck with 1 to 30, but it's fine. I think it's actually a good thing because it stops people from going to the casino and over leveraging on a position, and then if they get wrecked, they blow their account, and some people can't afford to lose that money. So only Dot, there's 55 of you on YouTube, and only Dot took the trade. Oh well.
I took the trade as well.
Nice one, brother.
And I've got just a pending, still on EU, but there's no wick on it yet. But
okay,
like say similar sets, but pretty much identical setups. It's just gold's gone. This one hasn't yet.
Yeah. If it does flip, rejecting this resistance once again, and there is a good chance it will come back down to that support. Not a great deal margin, but still could get almost a 1-to-1 though. Nick, you're late. Yeah, all good, mate. But thank you for joining nonetheless. So still, the run is still in. So it's been another solid week after last week's slight setback. When I say slight, it was, thank you for the sub. It was my 3rd week this year where I've taken a loss. Or 2nd, no, I think it was the 3rd. Each of those weeks where I've taken a loss have been absolutely tiny, like nothing, especially last week's. Last week's was pretty much break even, to be honest. And yeah, this week is back on track, taking more trades than usual, but they've majority been winners. So
we're in week 32 of the year as well. That's stats.
What's that?
It's week 32.
Week 32, yeah. But mind you, I did miss about 6 weeks of it towards the beginning. So 20, yeah. Actually, I did trade once or twice though, so you could probably count it.
Yeah, let's count them.
But either way, not many setbacks throughout the year, and it's just because you follow the same routine day in, day out. That's it. Look for your catalyst. That was a pretty strong catalyst just there for a sell. Also the hourly. The hourly is what gave me my signal just then. And we roll on. I think the win rate's around 82% on the stream, which is very good. Ben KC8, I took a quick sell on gold, mate. Nice one. Lucas took gold as well, as it was A.C.T silver bullet set up as well. No idea what that is, but anyway. Nice one. A.C.T. Yeah, I don't, to be honest, I trade A.C.T. RL. When someone asked me about SMC, ICT, it's all about ACT, guys. That's the brown. Look for the brown. We're going to take over. Ask me when, but we are. Tommy, ACT is the way. Exactly. Goats, good day to you. Hope you're doing well. What's JJ doing? Still below. Still below the resistance. It really needs a strong closure above. You can see we keep rejecting. So I'm not sure, guys, about Monday. Not too sure if I'm going to stream or not, because I do have to say a few goodbyes before I head off on Tuesday, but I will try to hop on. But yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait. Crack open that bit. Or no, you don't have to crack it open. I really taste it. I still can't remember the name of it though, for the life of me. alert's not really good, mate. That's no good. Hopefully nothing too serious. Brad, nice one. So it's, you've still got about, well, you had about 10 again. JJ once again rejecting.
Remove the sell stop.
Yep, it does flip. How'd the 15 close? Yeah. A little bit off-putting, but it still makes sense.
No, I've taken it out. I think it wants to play around still.
Yeah. I just don't like those, the dual pullback there, the double counter pullback on the M15. So what I now wait for is the closure below minimum on the M15.
These counter trends.
Waiting for the sub. Goats on my accounts of ACAP, and they probably lost the. Oh, really? You mean for the funded accounts, or? Because if it's live accounts, then I don't see how that should be an issue. I think ACAP are quite reputable. Be wrong though. I'm pretty sure ACAP are ASIC regulated as well. I'm pretty sure it's an Aussie broker. So you're talking about the prop firms, not the actual liquidity provider itself? That's the case, mate. I've said it all along. The only one, or maybe two, FDMO and apparently Alpha Capital is the other one that people vouch for paying out regularly. Audacity as well is another one that I know someone who has or does trade on Audacity, and she gets fortnightly or monthly payouts, I think. It is. I work for a subsidiary of theirs. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit of a shame. It's tough. It really is tough. That's why you're best to go with the tried and tested when it comes to the prop firm. I mean, I learned my lesson. You know, quite a lot of it's a ghost story here, and I think what it does is it discourages people away from the actual the hot system in general from trading, because a lot of people the way of getting into trading is through the funded accounts, because obviously they don't have the capital themselves to afford to lose, so they feel that, you know, a good way to go about it is to go through the prop firms. And unfortunately, a lot of them they're just not reliable. They take your money, come up with some bullshit excuse, or they disappear. That's just the reality of it all. Tommy heard Alpha Capital delaying payouts, so really that's not great. Well, the good thing is with IC markets and Wanda apparently entering the space, it's just going to legitimize it all, in my opinion, because they're too big to afford to do the wrong thing by their clients. So I think it's a really positive thing for the industry. Hopefully that will weed out the crap as well, and I think maybe with tighter regulations, which I'm sure will follow, because there's just so many, you know, instances of people get pretty much robbed of their money. I was in conversation with my bank again yesterday about my issue, and they've got no interest in helping out, which I kind of understand, because it really isn't their fault, but still, there is no protection against it. That's the problem. That's the whole problem in this prop firm industry. The regulations are too loose because they can just make up rules on a whim and disqualify you from your account. Plus, obviously, they can disappear. Nick, you're trading futures fund firm, seem to be quite good. Bull Knox. Yeah, apparently futures ones are pretty okay from what I've heard, but again, I'm not too sure. Rank 5 is pretty good. Okay. That was UJ before. Shaf. Sergio TV. Aussie brokers aren't always safe. Nah, but they're pretty strict with it all. Most, well, IC markets and that, they're not going to run away with your money. They're ASIC regulated. They might not, you know, if there's a dispute as in regards to an actual trade, you're likely not going to win the dispute, but they're not going to run away with your funds or anything. Your capital is probably, it's safe. Honestly, it's safe on IC markets, in my opinion. I wonder is not ASIC regulated. Well, they obviously would have a branch here, but I think Awanda's from the States, is it not? I'm not sure. But they're really good with customer service and that. Blueberry's another one here in Oz, which I know is pretty reliable. Pepperstone as well. So there's plenty of Aussie brokers under ASIC regulations, and they're always, in my opinion, pretty much the safest houses to have your money on. Like a Zing, which prop firms are the best? FDMO, in my opinion. Lucas, should you commit to ACT? What? Analyze, confirm, trade? 100%, mate. I go above and beyond to help anyone who seeks my guidance, and that is guaranteed. I always say it, and it might stir a few people up when I say it. I give more of a shit because I generally do. I contact pretty much everyone in my team, ask them how they're going. Some don't realize that I don't think they reply, so do check your DMs, because I always encourage you guys to contact me, and I'm always, obviously, when I'm awake, about to answer questions in the VIP. Plus there's so much more going on. Sergio, most prop firms are scams, pretending you are trading for others. FDMO is probably the best one. Yeah, I agree. As an Aussie broker that closed down, was ASIC regulated, ASIC closed in. Oh yeah, well that's the other thing. If ASIC probably believe that they're, you know, running things fraudulently or whatever, then they can intervene. Yeah, FDMO, because they're the one that's withstood the test of time. Man, this camera, why does it keep dropping? Goats, FDMO, 5 is Funded Pro, XYF, Funded Next, they are now reliable. Oh really? SEC regulated, the futures Funded Firm, Nick. Okay, tell me, but with the ones like IC Markets, Blueberry, they are doing it under different entities. And I'll fire from, oh okay. So it's not under ASIC regulations. Nick, I won't use anything that doesn't have a decent regulation attached. That is, yeah, fair enough, I can understand. But one of the challenges I am hoping to perform a miracle. I'll tell you if I achieve it. Well, fantastic. Keep us posted. We'll need a few weeks. Keep us posted. Hopefully it goes well. Know where to contact me. A.C.T is Aussie, Melbourne. Yeah, that's what I mean. I know A.C.T is Aussie. So runner is still in play, but it looks likely to be taken out on gold. Actually, it's still in, just. All right, GJ. So still rejecting, so there is no entry on GJ. And look, hence why I didn't want to take the impulse entry. What catalyst, other than actually breaking into that area, did you have prior to it to take an impulse entry, if anyone did take it? More than welcome to explain. More than happy to listen. But once again, just goes to show why I do not take that, or will not consider that as an entry as it breaks. May have clean traffic to the left and everything else going for it. But the fact of the matter is, it was still below the resistance. You did not have volume prior to it. Previous candle was a weak, bullish candle. Long wick in our direction, suggesting that maybe once again we're exhausting at that resistance. It has done nothing different to what all these candles to the left hand side had done. So in this case, what you just simply need to wait for is be patient and wait for that. That is your catalyst. Then this, pull back to retest, and then you enter as it flips and breaks. And then if it pulls back and takes you out, in my opinion, it's still a high probability entry there. So you, in my opinion, all you've done is follow the plan, follow the rules, and you know there's a good chance it would be a win either way. Kishav, until which level will gold go short on position? For me, my run has just been taken out, by the way. So I always have realistic targets. I'm a scalper. I'm in and out positions quickly. So my target was literally set for this support. I don't think, right, I'm just going to set the target for way down here and hold and not do anything. And it has to reach that level, because it doesn't. I'm in and out of the markets quickly. I've shown my guys how I manage trades and drawdown, and how insignificant a loss is in the end, like financially. So that means any win is going to outweigh the loss. In 90% of the cases, the wins will outweigh any loss, just because the way I manage the trade. WTI, goats. Weekly, it's pulling back, but is forming bullish, high, low. Daily, pretty strong rejection at previous daily candle, back below some resistance here to the left. The structure itself is technically, well, you could argue it's technically bullish, to be honest. It's respected that level there. That is the last actual swing point. In this move to the upside, all these little areas here, consolidation, in my opinion, just a pause. So I don't consider it to be a swing. There's something, is this not data issue? Oh really? Let's have a look at it in a different provider. Alright, so the 4 hour structurally is also bullish. 30-minute is bearish, so based on that, the bias is neutral. Looking at 4 hour levels, resistance, support, what have we got in between? Just this. Alright, it's just breaking a support. Got support here. I never trade this, to be honest. All I can do is give you my opinion how I'd analyze another pair. Got no upper wick on the daily. 4 hour. So at that level, we've got a bit of minor resistance. So if price was to pull back only to reject that level, below at 78 flat, then I'd be looking for my price action catalyst to sell it from back below that resistance. If that is to be the case, we're expecting a level of resistance we have formed on the way down within the current daily candle. So at that point, they were more likely to continue to the downside. Having said that, if we begin to pop above it and close above it, then there's a high probability we're coming up to the next resistance. So we've got a little bit of room up to 78.20. So the buys above that resistance, in my opinion, would be also definitely valid. Now, as far as a catalyst, you've got one just now. So sells down to the support here at 77.40 are pretty much valid if, so long as the new candle creates a bit more of an upper wick and then begins to break low of the previous candle. And I would look for the buys above 77.40 personally for me. We can look at the hourly. Hourly's forming engulfing candle. Obviously won't be confirmed until closure. 15's closed below support, but we had a bit of a support here to the left. So yeah, it does look decent though for a continuation sell. I don't know how this thing moves. I've never ever traded it. But what I would really prefer is a little bit of a pause just here on a 15, a weak bullish candle, and then on the next M15, if it starts to break low of the pause, that's when I would consider a sell option like so. Luca's been training for a year and a half as a 15-year-old man. Wow, you're on the right track. Wish I started trading when I was 15 years old. Don't you worry, my friend, you've got plenty of time to learn. And good thing is, by the time you're of the legal age to trade, and by the time you actually have a bit of funds to trade, or however you go about it, you'll have a fair bit of experience. So I think you really, I wish, like I said, I wish I started trading at that age. So well done, my friend. Just don't, the only issue is being a youngster. Might be a little bit gung-ho and a little bit more, for lack of a better term, ballsy. So just be careful not to over leverage, not to over risk and do stupid shit like over trade and trade based on emotions. And don't treat it like gambling, treat it like a job, treat it like a business. Learn to respect it, learn to how to trade your edge. And then once you're ready, have the finances or whatever you go about it. I mean, you're going to be well ahead of most kids, or not that you're a kid, but you get what I mean. You're going to be better than most people at that age who come into trading. So they just jump straight in, chuck a couple $100 into account, blow it on the very first trade. Been using Blackpool. Oh, okay, nice one. Nice one, mate. Just come back down. Typical. After it takes my runner out, it makes the move, but all good. Still, nonetheless, great to have a win on a Friday. Always good to have a win. Darren, gold. So yeah, just going to gold sells. Secured some profits. And it's now coming down to that support. And like I said, that would be my target. So I'd be looking at just now on gold. If it were me, I'd be looking for support to form. So I'd be looking for my custom price action. What I'd like to see is what it's doing now, just tapping into that support. And if this candle closed back bearish like so on 15, that's fine. I know I have one very simple price action catalyst to follow on the next M15 candle. No ifs, buts, maybes, it needs to close like this. And if it does, what that's going to resemble on the M30 is this. What that suggests is we've grabbed liquidity from this, from support. And as the new candle opens up, lower wick, breaks the candle's high. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada bang. Sorry. There's the entry. There could be options, but yeah, that's the only thing I can see. to the VIP if anyone's other than the guys on the call just now, but if anyone's in the YouTube or TikTok, I will be available after the stream, probably about 10 minutes after the stream for a while. If you want to jump on, have a chat, I will send a link for the call. Leave it up to you guys. It is accountability day, so yeah, so you're more than welcome to jump on. We'll be about Sunday I will do a sim session and a webinar. Sean, no confirmation. And for me, personally, that's my last trade for the week. So August is on its merry way to being another really good month. June, July were my best 2 months of the year, and August, this week itself, has been a really good week after what was a little bit of a slower start. Only 23 likes, YouTube. Guys, I'm forgetting one thing.
Give it a like, you stingy people.
And that's it. I'm not asking for much. I was gonna say something, but gotta be careful because some people are sensitive still. Live in a sensitive, shadowed world. That's what we do.
We get the tissues ready. Oh
mate, you almost got to carry a box around with you everywhere you go these days, in case you offend someone, say the wrong thing, or just look at someone the wrong way.
Yeah. Nice little printer deposit this morning from that gold trade. Just withdrawn that out.
Nice one.
Like, nice. Would you enter? I've not been listening, so, but I mean, what are your thoughts on this bouncing off this level of support?
Yeah, that's what I was just mentioning. 15. What I'd like to see is the 15 close pretty much like so. So seeing it's now tapped in, and if the next candle close back bullish engulfing. That'd be a fantastic catalyst. That'd be the best catalyst in my opinion. I mean, the other option would be that weak bearish closure with the long wick.
That's what I'm waiting for most for.
However, I mean, the alley is going to be closing a very strong candle though.
Very true. And you look at the alley and you think, actually, that could be good for.
Yeah, I think I'd rather wait for a confirmation, to be honest, before me.
Yeah. Is there more news today, or are we done for news with the week?
No, I think that's it, to be honest. I think what is orange fall news, but nothing major.
You can tell, yeah, retail sales are down on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have told you that before we had the news on that.
Oh, it's the same everywhere. It's the same here.
We're finding that we supply quite a lot of retail shops.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Order patterns are really changing.
Yeah.
Some real key account. They've not cancelled our stuff, but there's one of our customers had a massive order just been cancelled by a very good customer of theirs because it was a week late.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you think, well, I don't know if whether that was just an excuse not to buy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you believe it, or is it just an excuse to get out of the order?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle here too. Definitely is. A lot of retailers are saying it. I know our family as well. It's been a bit of a struggle, the family side of things, the business the last few weeks. So yeah,
I guess part of it, well, it is summer holidays and so on and so on.
Yeah, it's always same for us, sort of the in-between seasons where things start to slow down a bit.
And then, I mean, normally this time of year for us, everyone's really starting to really think about Christmas and ramp up.
Yeah.
That feels like that's almost being slightly delayed at the moment. Sort of holding off until the last minute to see where everything is, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose with all the shit going on with also interest rates and that, it's not very easy. Expenses are through the roof these days. Inflation, even though they might suggest it's coming down, is absolute crock of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can even come up. I mean, most of it's just made up, but 1 month to gauge inflation, they'll take in consideration, for instance, a product like coffee. The next month, they won't include coffee, they'll replace it with tea or something. So in the meantime, coffee's gone up, which it has. It's gone up. I know it's gone up, yeah, it keeps going up. Whereas tea may not have. And this is just an example. And when you get a basket of products where they've replaced it for another good, and all of a sudden they're saying that inflation's come down, is absolute bullshit. Absolute crap.
What's the tank of petrol for you at the moment? Because I mean, you look at this, was at the start of the year, like last year, it got to like £2 a litre here.
£2
and now
a
it's back down to sort of 140. And you think there's so much tension, Middle East, like Russia with the oil, etc. And you think I know it was a spike at the time, but
yeah,
you'd obviously expected that to really follow suit again. But it's almost like they can't get away with it again this time.
Yeah, I know, because oil hasn't gone through the roof.
It's sort of lagging behind, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, we're paying about. Look, that's another thing I don't understand. It goes up and down like a yo-yo, and the price of oil, I mean, for the most part, hasn't been that volatile. Or I don't watch it, but I mean, it's been around the same sort of level. So here we're paying anywhere between $1.70 on a good day up to around $2.20, $2.30 for a litre. So it sounds cheaper than what you guys are paying. Sorry mate, Kishef, what's your time frame? Mainly to 30, but I also look to the 15 for confluence, and I look to higher time frames as well to see what's going on. But the 30 minutes is the one I generally will wait for the confirmation to eventuate on. So for instance, gold on that previous sell that we just took, we had the engulfing candle just there. But not only that, I went across to the hourly, and this was the one that actually gave me the confidence to pull the trigger as well. This is the strong confirmation. Long liquidity wick to the upside, closing near its low. New candle doesn't need much for the upper wick, and if it breaks, it's likely to make moves. So it's tapped into target, and he's now bounced off. Yeah, so it's like those buys not going to really eventuate at the moment.
He played out exactly how sort of planned as well, but I was on the phone, so couldn't take it.
Oh really?
Irritated.
Yeah, it did. Tapped into the target as well.
Yeah, literally perfectly.
Yep.
Anyhow, very well.
Nonetheless, good to see the analysis playing out. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Big 4.7 pip TP.
That's the beauty of it. that's a YTP, mate. AU, it used to be 3 pips, wasn't it? 3 pip stop loss, 3 pip TP. And it still took like an hour to get there. Oh mate, remember those times. AU. UJ's even worse. Gotta love the majors. And that's where I started, to be honest. USD CAD was the one I used to love trading. I have no idea why, to be honest though. Probably because it was one where I probably had the best, most success.
Realistic, yeah.
What'd you say?
said that it's sort of realistic at that point, isn't it? I mean, that sort of makes complete sense.
Yeah, well,
Moves and well,
that was swing trading though.
that's really back in the day.
Yeah, I'm talking about over 7 years. Yeah, over 7 years ago. Nags, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the follow, for the sub, and for the follow on TikTok. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, appreciate it, Nags. Thank you very much. I might be on Monday. I'll see, but I'll keep you guys posted. Make sure to be following me on IG as well, because you get an update. I will share updates on it. I will try to post some post onto YouTube as well with some updates. But also, if you follow me on IG, you get a little glimpse of my personal life as well, with obviously the lovely missus and my little man. May do some vlogs from over there, we'll see. Gold bouncing. GJ stuck within consolidation. Appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you. It's been a really good week. Cracking week. And like I said, August is looking really good again, just as June and July were. So on this week on stream, 3-1, 5-1, 6 wins and 1 loss on stream this week. Monday was a big day, wasn't it, guys? But we had, what was it, yesterday? 2 wins. No, it was Wednesday. I can't remember. I'm showed so much sleep I've had the last few days. And obviously the win on gold before. Anish, thank you for the follow.
Well, for me, I wish I'd really sort of acted on this gold one.
Oh, the bounce off that level.
It engulfed on the 5 minute.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
it's a solid level. Literally tapped in right into it.
Break even at sort of the here, yeah, and then just let it go. And then if it came back, it came back. It's gonna feel the rain.
All you can do is note it and moving
just
forward.
Keep watching up. Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. That was the daily low as well, so it did actually respect it. It didn't break the daily low. Alright, so let's do some analysis. Let's conclude, guys, because I don't think there's much more going on for the time being. So GJ is quite a simple one personally for me today. If I was to take another trade, which I am not, I'm personally done. What I'd be waiting for is I'd be looking for only the buys just based off the current weekly candle, the way it's forming. Very strong bullish candle. So what I'd be looking for is price to, once again, where could we potentially pull back to within the candle itself, or we've got support here on the M30. So first potential level to pull back to is towards that 191.50, and price did approach that level, and I'll be looking for my custom price action for a potential buy from that level. So obviously your engulfing candles, liquidity candles, your minor resistance as price begins to pull away from it, that type of thing, guys. You here on the daily, you should pretty much know it by now. And then you've got support a little bit lower down, likely going to be a 15-minute zone. I'll probably just use that. So another level could potentially pull back to is 191.20 to 191.10, and also look for support to form above that level. But I would just, to be honest, if it respects 191.50, buys above. Otherwise, closure above the high, closure above 192 flat. We've tapped into it only to reject. We've rejected this level multiple times, so you really need to wait for a strong catalyst just now, and simply to wait and look for this to eventuate. And like I said before, the retest, as price begins to pull away, break above, candles high, it's a high probability with the clean traffic to the left that it's going to make a clean move to the upside. That is GJ. Now gold, just range bound today at the moment. So did mention on gold, I feel that there's likely going to be options in either direction, either playing this range that we're currently stuck within, or wait for closures above or below. Now, seeing price has approached this resistance with a lot of volume, can't just sell it on a weak bearish candle. I want to see a little bit more than that. So within it, if I have, for instance, the first candle closing weak bullish, this is free education, guys. The first M15 I'm talking about on the following candle, followed by second M15 candle closing bearish engulfing. It's going to leave the 30-minute looking a little bit like so. Long liquidity wick into the resistance, only to reject back below, and based off that, it's a catalyst to sell, in my opinion. So there's that. There's, once again, similar to what I mentioned in GJ, but in the opposite direction. So a bit of support to form at the resistance, and if it does form that support like so, and then price begins to pop below it, there's your option as well. So same analysis applies as per the start of the stream. Now if it does close above just here, I would want to see exhaustion, because it's come from the support. Your stop loss is massive. So what I mean by that is, if this candle does this, what I want to see on at least the first 15 minutes of the new hourly and M30, weak bearish closure, price tapping in, rejecting, respecting, closing above, but closing a weak candle, that is enough to suggest to me that if we would begin to break that candle's high with clean traffic to the left on the second 15-minute candle of the next hourly and M30, there's high probability we're going to continue to fill the range to the upside of to around that 2, 4, 6, 7, 6, 8 sort of level. So that is what I would personally be looking for if I was to continue to trade today, which once again I'm not. I'm done. So that is pretty much it, guys. Once again, guys, appreciate the support throughout the week. It's been a really solid week, on stream, off stream. If you would like to know anything more about services, TikTok, you guys need to send me a DM. YouTube, all the links are down below in the description. Make sure to give me a follow on IG and that as well for updates. As I did mention, I'm not sure if I will be on Monday, and if that's the case, that means I won't be on all next week. I will be back though right near the end of the month or start of September. So gold is flying. So do keep an eye on the socials, guys. Yeah, in the meantime, hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe until I see you guys next time. Take care. PRP, I'll send another link shortly. And yeah, I'll catch you guys maybe Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'll catch you guys soon if not. Cheers, take care. Appreciate the support. Bye, guys.
Out away. No question asked. No wonder TikTok surge him.